60 frames per second at 1080p. Only those with flagship phones on Wi-Fi can even watch. No, no, no. I do appreciate it because right now I have so much downtime. It would be a good time to make any recommendations. Don't feel like you're a burden at all because I don't know. This has just been a new adventure for me. I feel like learning to stream on Twitch has been like learning a new language. So anything you guys can suggest or tell me if you know anything about it, I would just love to hear, and I do appreciate it. And I can hear my water is boiling. It's not really at a rolling boil yet, so I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Yeah, definitely fun. I think it's very weird to communicate with you guys while I'm cooking. I'm kind of learning to be more and more verbal. I feel like a lot of awkward silences when it comes to cooking. When it comes to cooking, I appreciate those who like have cooking streams or cooking shows on YouTube, how they fill the time and just don't have awkwardly silent moments. I am still in the process of learning, so definitely. And there, our water is at a rolling boil. Oh, I appreciate that. I feel like I'm not talking enough, to be honest, just because I feel like when I was watching all of the cooking streams on Twitch, I feel like a lot of the chefs or the people who do this constantly were doing a really good time of filling the silence, and I feel like I'm doing a very like bad time. Alexa, set an alarm for 10 minutes. So basically all we have to do is we're gonna have them in this heat bath for 10 minutes, and then from there I'm going to use a slotted spoon, transfer them over to this ice bath, and then at that point we're gonna start peeling the onions. And then if you guys missed it, I'm sorry. If I get another chance, I'll make it for you guys. I made myself a blueberry vodka martini, which I'm very much enjoying right now. I haven't eaten anything today, so definitely feeling it. I don't know if I can handle a second drink yet, but we have plenty of time to kill. Yeah, that's exactly what my husband kind of told me to do is to kind of just act like you have some friends over. I think the weirdest part is in the beginning I was just talking to myself and I didn't really have anyone on here. So it's a little bit awkward because if I had friends, we'd be like talking about current events or anything that what happened. So I think it's just a little bit different. But I do think it's interesting just to see, what it's like on the other side. I think the other thing is that you guys can't see like the total kitchen. So I'm like, oh, like my dog will do something funny and I can't really like point it out to you guys because you guys can't see it. So that's a little bit different. If I find a hook, I'll grow fast. Well, okay, the one thing I was thinking about doing is one thing I want to do is like cook from cookbooks. I really enjoy cookbooks. Some of my favorite memories was cooking with my grandma, and she would always pull out her like Betty Crocker cookbook, and we'd follow it step by step. And so that's one thing I want to do. I think I'm going to try and make like a full meal. I don't know how helpful that will be. I know this one's kind of longer. I just wanted to be up for a long amount of time so I could see what, what are the low highs and lows of this time. I know a lot of people actually watch Twitch late at night. So I was hoping I could kind of like get in on that. But yeah, I feel like I do need to find like where I am. I feel like, there's a lot of like health cooks, a lot of people who cook like foods that they grew up eating. I feel like for me, that isn't going to be necessarily helpful as much, just because while I look like I'm a different ethnicity, I grew up mostly German. I don't think a lot of people find German food appetizing. So I don't know. I gotta find something. They talk about Becky from work while you cook. No one likes Becky, even if it's a lie. You can really talk trash. Just an odd idea. Actually, that would be perfect. Okay, my Becky at work, I don't know. We can just call her Becky, but she is the secretary, and she definitely feels like she is in charge of everyone. If you try to turn in a sales sheet or order anything, she will, like once one of my coworkers turned in an order for some really expensive clothing, and she called up my coworker and said, oh, it's $12,000. Like, what are you selling at this at? Because I want to make sure you're selling it at the right price if we're going to spend $12,000 on this. And it's funny because she's just a secretary, but she feels like she's in charge of everything.